Hello and welcome. My name's John Dexter, in case you don't know me. First of all, I would like to give a huge thank you to all the lovely comments I had on my last video where I edited an image from Hythe Marina in Southampton. The response was absolutely wonderful and very humbling. It really does make a huge difference because these videos do take quite a lot of work to make, and it's lovely to get that sort of response. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart for that. Today I'm going to do another video or tutorial on how I made this image. I actually have made two images from a photograph of the moon that I took the other day, and this is the other one, but we're not going to be editing this one, although I don't know which one I prefer actually. I like this one. It reminds me a bit sort of surreal, Salvador Dali type, and he is probably one of my favourite artists of all time, him and Turner. So yeah, it reminds me a bit Dali-ish, but we're going to be showing you how I created this image, which was quite a complicated little image to make actually, but it'll be a bit of fun to show you, and I hope it sort of inspires you to just sort of do something like this. So let's get stuck straight into it in iColorama. We are going to be using 3 images to create this final image. 2 of them are of the moon that I took the other day. If you're interested, this was taken with a Nikon 300mm manual focus lens, which is quite an old lens. It's probably 20 years old, but an absolute stunning lens. But it is the size of a bus, unfortunately. But that was fitted with a 1.4 teleconverter, which gave me a focal length of about, oh dear, I'll have to look it up. I think it's about 425mm, somewhere around about there, but I'll look that up and put it on the screen. So yeah, that's what the moon was taken with. And the other image we're going to use is this one, which is of the Purbex, and we're going to combine all these 3 images to make the final one. We have opened up our first image in iColorama. The first thing we want to do, the moon is a little bit on the bright side for us to put a layer over it. It would shine through the second layer too much, so we need to darken that down. And the way I'm going to do that is go to our brush tool and clone. I'm going to increase the size of it, and I'm going to drag this section of the image over, and basically, yeah, I think that's a little bit on the small side. We'll increase the size, pull that over, and we're just basically blanking out that bright area of the moon, and we're going to then apply that. So we will now have that step in our steps box as image number 2. Now we are going to go to effects and blend, and we're going to open up our second image, which is this one. And I'm going to put that on overlay for the screen for the moment, so I can see the 2 images. And we're going to expand that moon, make it a lot bigger. And I'm going to drop it into place where I want it, so I've got the sort of rim of light around it. Let's make it a little tad bigger. Move it into place. Happy with that. So what I normally do is go through all the blend modes to see which one suits the image best. And for this particular one I chose lighten. So we're going to apply that, and that is our second stage. Okay, so we have now opened up our third image, which is of the Purbex. I am going to go to tiles in the form box, and I am going to go down to number 18, which is that one. I'm going to adjust the size of the image to about there. I'm happy with that. I'm going to apply that, and then we're going to change that to a black and white. Go to the presets, and I actually chose number 41, if I can find that. 43, 41. So I'm happy with that. That is our third image, which we are now going to overlay onto the moon. So I will apply that and save it as a JPEG so that we can then reopen it. Okay, so we're now going to close this image down, or rather open up the original image we made of the moon, because we want to overlay that third image we made over the top of the moon. So we're now going to go to Effects, Blend, open up that, and I would then run through all the different blend modes to see which one I actually liked, and in this case it was darken. There it is, darken, which gives us that. Now I want to tweak the actual or I want to place this effect where I want it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enlarge it slightly, and I'm going to move it into place where I want it, which is about there. I don't like this bottom part, so what we're going to do is go to our brush mask, and I'm going to just click the, or check the limits box, and we're just going to reduce the brush size slightly, and I'm just going to delete this section here. Probably get rid of that. Don't particularly like that. Don't like that either, so we're going to put that back for the moment. Go again, make the brush a little bit bigger. Like that. Yeah, I'm quite liking that. So I am going to apply that. So once we've got our final image that we're happy with, I would then go through, if I wanted to change the colour tones on it, I'd go into the tones and run through all the presets of enhance or pastel or sign, tint, low mo, duotone, sepia, or even black and white, to see which one suited the image. I can't remember which one I chose for this, so I'm not going to bother going through them all with you. But suffice it to say, I think it was one of the Sign ones, if I remember rightly. But anyway, once I'd made that colour adjustment, I would save it to a PNG and then convert it to a TIFF file, open it up in Capture NX2, which I'm going to do now, and just show you a couple of adjustments I made in there. So we have now opened up the image with the final toning in Capture NX2, and I've just deconstructed what I did to it, but I'll run through with you. The two auto or retouch brushes here, there were a couple of little shooting stars, believe it or not, one there and one there. So I deleted those because I didn't really think they sort of did anything for the image. I gave it a little bit of high pass filter, which just sharpens the image up a little bit. I'm sure you guys know how to use those. And the last thing I did was a little crop to it. So yeah, I was quite pleased with that. I don't know whether I prefer this one or this one. Let me know in the comments which one you prefer. Yeah, so yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'm actually thoroughly enjoying doing these videos on editing these images. Certainly much more than I enjoyed being out in the field doing videos. I don't know, that was so much hard work for very little reward really, and I think this sort of thing is probably, certainly from all your comments in the last one, is well worth doing. Again, let me know, leave some comments if you like. It's always appreciated. If you've liked this, please tick the like box, and if you haven't already subscribed, it would be much appreciated if you do so. Any of my images, if you go along to my website, which the link is below, if you see any that you would think you'd like a print of, I do the prints myself up to A3, certainly done on the finest quality paper, and I think I'm doing them at a very reasonable price at the moment. So yeah, that's something that you may be interested in looking at. So until the next image I make and make a video of, this is John Dexter saying thanks very much for watching. Bye for now.